There's a great chance that Saturday, September 13th fight between undisputed super middleweight title holder Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford, two-division undisputed champion, their fight could be a war, but a war of talent, skills, and ability. Let's talk about this matchup. When Canelo Alvarez faces off against Terrence Bud Crawford on Saturday, September 13th, from the Allegiant Stadium, he's going to be looking at a fighter who, even though he's 37 years of age, is probably, outside of Floyd Mayweather Jr., the best fighter he has ever appeared across the ring at. And so begins the challenge. The challenge to defend everything that he has acquired in his life and to fend off the challenge of Bud Crawford, who is seeking to become a three-division undisputed champion. Such an accomplishment for Crawford would mean immortal-like status when it comes to the sport of boxing. And Canelo is the perfect person to go for something like that because he has been a fighter that they have loved to have in a position that he's in for years. And so his record of 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, and 39 KOs are on the line against Crawford, who is 41-0 with 31 KOs. We're talking about the cream of the crop here with the fighters of today. And because they're both in their 30s, Canelo is now 35, but could be a little older in fighting years because he turned pro at the age of 16, I believe it was. So Crawford is well within the range of understanding how important and significant this is for his own personal career, as he has challenged himself in a way that many people may look at as foolish. Many will look at it as tempting fate. He understands that when he enters the ring against Canelo, Canelo does not present the picture of a great boxer. He has an absence of a jab. Even against William School, he was not able to land effectively, and School was, though he was very much on the move, Canelo had a hard time landing the shots. And he wasn't totally dedicated to pursuing cutting the ring off and making School fight. Now, in the case of Bud, he is entering this fight and he already knows that his ability to switch orthodox to southpaw is a key in this fight. And I don't believe he's going to do it the way we've seen it done in the past. I think tactical and strategically is the way that Bud is going to operate in this fight against Alvarez. Now, Alvarez faced the southpaw in Billy Joe Saunders, and we saw what he was able to do to Saunders, who tried to be slick and elusive, but he doesn't have the boxing ability of Terrence Crawford. And Crawford, regardless of what people want to say about him, is a fighter that has a different type of approach to putting himself within range to punch and to counterpunch. And speaking of counterpunching, that happens to be where a department where Canelo excels. He has a pretty darn good counter right hand, and he has hurt many of opponents with that right hand, whether he's delivered it as a right hook, a straight right down the pipe, or even a right uppercut. He has caught his opponents slipping, and he's been able to hurt them, sometimes put them down. Now with Crawford, when you talk about precision counter, he has some real sharp left hands. The damage that he was able to put on and inflict with Errol Spence Jr., who was a southpaw himself, was astonishing. Many people didn't see that type of performance coming, but I've always known Crawford to be able to have the ability to do what he did in that fight because I've watched him technically for a long time. Now, when it comes to the shortcomings in this matchup, straight off the bat, Canelo has bad wheels. His legs, his knees, he's been known to show up in the ring with braces on his knees. His legs look a little shop worn, and he wings his shots. He's definitely a hooker, preferring the left hook to the body and the liver. And Crawford, his shortcomings could be as he stands in with his opponents, he sometimes will be in there and be vulnerable because he's trying to get his shots off. But he has a tendency to want to get down to war. Against Canelo, I take it that he should be a little more mentally sharp about that, engaging the time of the strength of Canelo in the distance is going to be important. Canelo is also a fighter who's able to throw great short shots on the inside, and rightfully so because he's a shorter man with a shorter reach, but he has mastered the ability to punch short shots in close range and has put opponents in jeopardy and given them a wake-up call with the strength and power behind those shots. But don't mistake it. Terence Crawford is also a good inside fighter, and he is a noted body puncher. Crawford has even stopped opponents like Ngannou with body shots. Amir Khan is a fighter that didn't want any more of Crawford's body shots. The man can punch equally as effective to the body and the head. So on the inside, he will be looking to do the good damage in there. Another aspect of Canelo's game is his counterpunching, and his right uppercut is very sneaky on the inside. As Jaime Munguia and Billy Joe Saunders, fighters that he has put in jeopardy, even Edgar Berlanga. He does this, and he does it with timing. He's not a fast guy, but he has quick hands. There is a difference between the two. Now, I will say this. Overall, the infighting of Terence Crawford is something to be paid attention to as well, because Bud knows the angles. He gets great leverage on his shots, and he doesn't come straight on. He can come at you and attack you from a certain position, whether it's orthodox or southpaw, on the inside. Those angles are very important, and because Canelo is slow of foot, that could be something that he utilizes and optimizes to his advantage. We have to salute Turki Al-Sheikh for bringing this card together, because these men ordinarily probably wouldn't face one another. But it is an opportunity for the sport to see two of its best. And Canelo, who is the current champion, undisputed at super middleweight, is going to have quite a challenge in Bud Crawford. And I actually see Crawford winning this fight. There's just something about this young man that is destined where he is going to have the opportunity to have his name separating from the rest of his contemporaries, possibly due to how many years he had to toil at welterweight and the fighters wouldn't give him a chance. But now this will be his breakout opportunity, and I believe he's going to snatch that opportunity by the throat. This is a tremendous card. It'll be headlined by these two men, but there'll also be other fights that I've done other breakdown videos on, and we look forward to a wonderful day of boxing on Saturday, September 13th. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about this amazing matchup between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford. And who do you have winning? Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.